Well, it rained on my layout. So a couple of weeks ago, I was down here running a train, and I thought I heard some water dripping, and sure enough, it was raining on my layout. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll also do a small little layout tour to show you a few of the things that I've been doing since the last update, which was in January. For the most part, though, I've just been making videos. But yeah, let's take a walk around the layout and see a few things that I've done, and then we'll talk about why and how the layout got wet. So there hasn't been a whole lot of progress made on the layout since the last update video in January, but I'm going to walk around the layout and show you the few things that I have gotten done. That's what it's all about. But since we're right here, I'm going to show you one of the things I've done is I've started adding talus or rocks in the rivers and water areas. So there's some right in there. There's more on this side here. I'll add more in the future. This is just a start. Over here on this part of the river, there's more rocks. Some up in here. Back behind that tree there, and over here. Now these trailers from Woodland Scenics, they were on the layout in the last update video, but they weren't wired up. So now they are. And I did a review of these trailers because they're so cool, especially that back one there, where you can see the flickering television set in the living room. Working our way around. Here's the new Menards HO scale Cripple Creek crossing switch tower. So I did a video review of that a couple weeks ago. I'll back up so you can kind of see where it is on the layout. There's the whole layout out there. Moving along, I decided that right here, since this scene is supposed to be Dearborn and this scene is supposed to be Bay City, and in reality they're 100 or so miles apart, that I'm actually going to put a group of trees right here. The corn will still be here, but there's going to be a group of trees between the tracks and the corn to create some kind of a scenic boundary between Dearborn and Bay City. Kind of a way to separate the two scenes. I just had to get myself some trees to put there. And at some point these logs and the log loader will get moved back way over there to layout B, where they go at the paper plant. Another thing I've been working on right over here in the Sioux Locks is I started building the gate. That's the lot gate, or the beginning of the lot gate right there. This one's obviously going to be in the closed position because this lock is lower, and this one will be in the open position because this lock is raised. So now I have a little story for you. In fact, the story involves this little detail part here, and I'll pick it up because it might be hard to see against the white roof of the pilot house there. But this is a cap, a little cap that came out of a garbage disposal. The cap was for the dishwasher connection, and if you have a dishwasher, you have to pop out that cap or that plug for your dishwasher to drain through your disposer. It also involves, that part I'm showing you, also involves why that switch tower is now on this layout. So what happened was I was down here running a train, and I was standing somewhere over there, and I thought, well, I heard the dishwasher draining upstairs, no big deal. But then I glanced over this way and I thought I not only heard but saw something dripping right about in here and down onto here. And sure enough, as I walked over here, that's exactly what was happening. And what started as a simple drip turned into a rain, if you will. And of course, the train that I was running at the time was running right through here, right, of course. So the train got wet. So I immediately cut the power to the layout and let the train sit and dry out for a couple of days. But so yeah, that was a lot of fun. Alright, so right here is where this was happening. The water was dripping all over right here. Fortunately, it didn't hurt anything, but it just so happens that while that was dripping or raining on the layout, that train right there, the one that's moving now, was rolling right through there, of course, and getting wet. So that the water, the leak, was coming from or dripping off of that pipe there. So I thought, oh no, that pipe must be cracked. But no, it wasn't. So we'll just take a quick peek here. Yeah, when the dishwasher or the sink were draining the water, see the plug I was talking about was up in here, that now is a radar dome on my freighter. But the water, instead of just draining into the pipe and then down, was coming out of the bottom of here. Now this is the new disposer, so this one is not leaking, fortunately. But the water was pooling up down here and making its way to the pipe, to the drain pipe, which is right here. And you can see the little gap there. And it was going down into the basement and raining on the layout. So anyway, after that was fixed and I let the layout dry out for a couple of days, I cleaned the tracks here really good because I had a film on them from soapy, dirty dishwater. And I cleaned the wheels of the locomotive real good, and everything's running fine today. So again, because we had to go to Menards to get the disposer to fix the leak in order to use our kitchen sink, while I was there, I picked up that switch tower. I realized it was way down from where I was standing, but yeah, there it is. Looking at it now, I wish I would have had my camera down here so I could have caught the incident play out, but I didn't. In the panic of the moment, I didn't think about running up and getting it either. But yeah, it was quite a sight. Water just coming down at a pretty good clip. Water getting on my layout from the house above has been a concern of mine. In fact, that's why this is here. Because above this visqueen plastic is the laundry room. And actually, about a month ago, the laundry tub upstairs overflowed. And the plastic, in that case, fortunately caught the water that found its way to the basement. It landed on the plastic and it rolled down. As you can tell, the plastic is sloped there on purpose, and it all came running down the wall. In fact, I was sitting right here at my work table and I heard a noise over that way and noticed the plastic shaking like this. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. But again, thank God it held. And I wish I had my camera down here for that to catch it, but I didn't. So it goes to show you never know what little piece of random bit of material you can use in model railroading. Where most people would have just thrown that thing, that cap, away. Model railroader in me said, nope, I see a use in that. And almost instantly when I picked it up, I said, that looks like a radar dome on top of a pilot house of a freighter. And I almost knew instantly exactly where it was going to go. I've also added and rearranged a few more of the smaller trees around and added some bushes and things here and there. There's a train coming through town. Good shot. Over here in layout B, there's some more of those rocks, talus there, up in this corner. A few rocks down in here. I'll add some more, but this is hard to see right here. It's down in that canyon. But yeah. I'm probably going to put some of that talus and rocks slash gravel up in there in the quarry. Another thing I had been working on is ballasting some more. Mostly now, yeah, I'd say most of the main line on the layout, the entire layout, is ballasted. The ballast isn't secured in most cases, and the reason I do that is I allow the ballast to float and settle into place, settle in between the ties and create a nice ballast profile. And eventually I'll come along and I'll glue it all down with a mixture of alcohol and 50-50 water white glue mix. Now I don't know how well this is going to show up, but this double bascule bridge was being held up in the center here by some pieces of cork. I've removed those and now it's being held up by a piece of clear plastic, which is actually kind of hard to see. It blends in with the bridge, which is perfect. Now in reality, I can't support the bridge or allow the bridge to be supported under its own conditions without it somehow sagging in the middle. So I created this plastic piece out of the bottom of an old Tupperware dish to just hold it up. And when you step back, and if you're not even looking for it, you won't even see that plastic piece there. So it looks like the bridge is spanning that waterway on its own. The lift bridge here, I also have a couple of those in there, but those there are temporary. This bridge will be able to hold itself up when it's all assembled and such. And then I've actually glued on some cork pieces on each side here, which will represent the seawall. Eventually those will get painted gray, but they do help hold up the bridge sides, give it a little bit of extra support. See, from this side you can't even see that piece of glass or a piece of clear plexiglass holding them up. This one you can. Big finger right there. But again, those will be removed. Let's go back to normal. And that bridge will hold itself up. But the other one, yeah, you can't even see that's there. So it looks really good. Alright, well that's going to be it for now. The layout is dried out and everything's back to normal. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.